So you are standing at the visitor center and we're overlooking in a southeast direction into the hidden marina, and those are the first three modules we're building of phase one of the line. We're in the piling works that are directly behind me. My name is Giles Pendleton. I'm the COO of the line proponent. A number of us have lived this journey for a long time. The day we started excavating was a big day, and 3 years later we're still excavating, we're still very much under construction. The scale of it, for a lot of us who've been in the industry a long time, is still awe-inspiring and of a scale that's never been done before. And I think that's in line with the vision. The ultimate vision of this is something that's never been done before, and I think you've got to wake up in the morning and think you're part of that, otherwise you'll never achieve it. The line is an answer to a question the chairman and the board asked of NEOM a number of years ago, which was, how do we create a city of the future that can ultimately house 9 million people in line with the kingdom's population growth over the next 100 years, can be phased, and doesn't come with all the normal problems of a city, which is inequality, sprawl, congestion, and pollution. That's almost an impossible equation. How do you build a city the size of New York relatively quickly in phases, but have no cars, run it on 100% renewable energy, everybody has equal opportunity and access to all amenities? So it became an equation, and the equation resulted in the answer being a vertical city. So the smallest possible footprint, as tall as we can do it, and then to stack and pack how people live in an amenities. So all of their daily and weekly and monthly needs are adjacent. You don't need to leave the structure literally to play football. There will be a stadium inside the line. So when that was presented back to the board, this was something that really sparked the imagination from the chairman and from the board, that this is how you could design a master plan city of the future. We looked at a number of widths of the line, so that's the footprint where the structure touches the ground. And I think at 200 meters wide, that's the length of 2 football pitches, it's almost just scratching the surface. So what we've become is a city in a park, rather than Central Park or Hyde Park in global cities being a park in a city. It's a complete reversal. So the park that sits outside the line is part of the playground of the line. It's there for the residents' and visitors' benefit and enjoyment. One of our KPIs with the line was, the most livable place. How do you have something that has a number of amenities within very short distance? So it's a walkable city. You talk about 15-minute cities globally. A lot of the cities are attempting to do that. We're a 5-minute city. We're a city that, like no other city on earth, within 5 minutes you can cover 400 meters, and in that time you can cover 80% of your weekly needs in the line will be met. So if you're at school, that's a walk to school. There's no school buses. There's no mum dropping you off at the car park at the school. If you're going to work, you walk to work. The great thing about the city and being vertical is that you're actually in a 3-dimensional environment. You can go up to work, you can go down to work, or you can go across to work. It's not a city on the ground, literally can only go on a 2D plane. So the 3D city now offers hyper proximity to a number of your amenities and functions. So the line was designed, as I said, to meet a population expectation, and that's 170 kilometers and multiple phases. We've master planned the city, so we know how long it is in its entirety at full build stage. We know that for phase one, we will have behind me, when that launches later in the year, we'll know exactly what is inside that. But the line has never been scaled back. The expectations and the aspirations of the kingdom are for a city of the future that can house 9 million people. So the reporting to date has been a little bit wildly speculative. When we're saying you're only building 3 modules, so that's still 2.4 kilometers long, that's still half a kilometer tall. It's a very, very large structure, to say the least. It's a city. We never intended and have never expressed our view that we would build the whole 170 kilometers. That's like building New York or London in 5 years. I don't think there's not enough materials to be able to do that. So the phasing is how we will deal with that. In the phase, this is the epicenter. Behind me is the start. And then going east and west, the line will grow in phases. So the 3 modules span the width of what is the hidden marina, which is behind me. So the marina, as the name describes, is a marine environment for boating. And the hidden marina environment will consist of, the 3 modules will consist of module 46 in the middle, which has the grand arch and the chandelier hanging. And then on either side is module 45 and 47. And those 3 modules, will give you a population of circa 200,000. It'll have a football stadium for the FIFA World Cup, which we're aware, with Saudi 34 winning. We're very proud to be hosting a pool here. We're anticipated to host a pool here, which is why we're doing an amazing, probably the most amazing football stadium in the world. If you're building the most amazing structure, you might as well have the most amazing stadium. And then on top of that, there's all the daily, weekly, and monthly and yearly needs that a population, that size population, would need. Schools, clinics, recreational facilities, sporting facilities, commercial, retail. So everything a city of that scale has, the line will have. The line will just have it in closer proximity than any other city of that scale. So I don't think there's anything we haven't thought of. So if you like tennis, we will have tennis courts inside the line. If you like basketball, we'll have basketball courts inside the line. If you like Starbucks, we'll have a Starbucks on the 80th floor. So we will have everything that a city has. So I think that's part of the livability, a question we were asked by the board. How do you make something as livable as possible? And we all measure livability in a different way. I think so. We've had to do a number of things to make sure that proximity is the one driver. People all feel that something close to me, it makes my life a lot easier, more convenient. And that is what the line is attempting to do, is to give you time back on your daily commute or your daily journey. We have the most amazing opportunity to do something that has never been done before in human history. So this is a once-off. Whether anybody else has the vision and the passion to do it like the kingdom is doing, that'll be the test of time. But I think we have a chance to shape where humanity goes, and what the line will demonstrate, and what we are solving: social problems, environmental problems, sustainability problems, energy problems. All of these things that the line solves, I think, is for the benefit of mankind. I think the kingdom is looking to say, if we create a better mousetrap here, that's a mousetrap for the world. There's got to be a better way of doing things. And I think the line is we're having to really think about everything again. How do people walk from A to B in a structure that's half a kilometer tall? And how do you cross to the other side? These are things we're solving and evolving. But all of that is, think of it as a gift to the world. The world is going to look at this, I think, when it's completed and say, that's a different way of doing something, and it's probably the most sustainable and efficient way of doing a city of this scale.